In this video, we will talk about how to attach, detach, and also turn off and on the display of a referenced file. Now, to get to your attach tools, we need to go underneath the OpenRoads modeling workflow. And I think you can do this in multiple ones, but we'll use this for this example. And then go to the home ribbon, and underneath the primary tools, if you click on this down arrow, you'll have references, raster manager, point clouds, and reality mesh. We're going to select the one that says references, which allows us to attach a CAD file, whether it's a MicroStation file or possibly an AutoCAD file that you may have gotten from a consultant. Once I have that selected, you'll notice that I have one file already attached, which is this civil geometry file. So if I want to come in here and attach some other files to this particular drawing, we will go to the Tools pull down and go to Attach. And inside of here, we're going to look inside of ProjectWise to find the files that we want to attach. Now, normally underneath your project, you'll probably attach the files that are located underneath the Data folder, which is mainly where you store your core files like your civil geometry, your corridor, your terrain, and stuff like that. But for this example, we're going to look underneath this folder right here that says 15 references. And this is just for this video purpose. So if I'm in the correct location of what files that I'm wanting to attach, now I simply just go through here and select the files that I want to attach to this sheet. And on this one here, I'm going to attach the corridors. So I'll select it and click on Add, and then I'm going to attach the survey. I'll click Add to that one, and then Terrain, you can double left click on it, and it also brings it down to the selected documents, and then Utilities, and I'll double click on that one. So once I have these files selected, I will use this attachment method of Coincident World. And now I will go ahead and select OK to attach those files. And then it will go through there and attach those files. So now if I come over here and do a fit view, you'll see that it has all these files now attached. So that's how to attach reference files to your active file that you're in. Now if you want to remove one of these, simply just left click on one of these and go to Tools, Detach. It'll actually remove that reference file from your active file. Now another instance may be of maybe you want to come in here and you have all these referenced in, but maybe I want to turn off the corridors file or the civil geometry, but I still want to leave it attached to this drawing. Well, over to the side here you have this display option, or at the bottom you have these three icons right here, which these three icons right here represent these three icons right here. You have the display, the snap, and the locate. So if I want to turn off the display of the corridors, I can simply come in here and uncheck that box by left clicking on it, and it'll turn off everything that's on the corridors file. Same thing for the civil geometry, same thing for the survey, and so forth. So it's very similar to where if you want to turn off and on levels, you can turn off and on reference files if you wish to do that. And then these other options right here is your snap and your locate. So if you don't want to have, let's say, the place line tool or some other tool to snap to a certain point on a reference file, you can come in here and actually turn off that option. And it's the same thing for the locate. If you don't want to use your element selection tool to possibly select an item from a reference file, you can come in here and turn off those options. Normally we leave those checked on, but that's what those options would do.